A game like that with all those fluky goals, are those easier to move past than if your goalie just got beat? Are those as unnerving as any other goal?
This time of year doesn't matter. You move past it, you get ready to play your next game.
How do you think Elvis has fared here recently?
Elvis?
Yeah.
He's done fine.
Is his play as good as it was?
Fine.
Has the defensive effort been, or not effort, but the results?
10 chances, Hedge, last
Yeah.
year.
So it's the same as, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't read into 5 goals. It's 10 chances, and 3 of the chances weren't even shot on net.
Yeah, and
a really good offensive team.
And the game before was a similar thing too. You had a chance to.
Yes.
So.
Any lineup changes tonight, John?
Sonny's out. Mateau is in.
And I know you'll never make excuses for your team, but you have played a lot of games as of late. When you have a lot of young guys up in the lineup like this, do you feel like the practice, does that...
Sorry, I should let you ask the question. Go ahead.
I just want to ask about, do you feel like that you're missing an opportunity with practice when you have so many games like this with a lot of younger players up in the lineup for you?
No, I'm concerned about, it's the other way around. I think practice this time of year is overrated. I have to forecast what's coming ahead, too, as far as our schedule. And we've got guys that have been put in situations that they're not used to. We have guys that have taken on a tremendous amount of ice time due to some injuries. I'm concerned the other way, making sure we're ready to play the games. We didn't skate 2 days prior to the Jersey game. Most energy we've played with in quite a while.
Strong move by the organization to sign a guy that's been with them in the AHL to an NHL contract. I'm speaking of Mateau. Mm-hmm. What have you been told about him? What kind of player can you expect from Stefan?
Well, I've seen him play. What I've been told, he's probably been their most consistent player down there. We're going to play him, and then I'll give you an assessment. What's up, Billy?
Hey, Torts. You mentioned after the game the other night in Philly that you wanted your guys to funnel more pucks to the net. You talking about taking a real good shot if it's there, or are you talking about even if it's not a great opportunity, just get it to the net?
Yeah, well, what happened to us in that game, just some pucks being shot. Hayes throws one to the net, hits a skate, goes off Elvis's head, and it's in the net. I'm talking bad angle shots. I'm talking all sorts of situations where let's get it into the blue. I think sometimes players try to score a goal off that original shot, and they're trying to pick a spot, and it's wide. And we don't even get a chance to forecheck. We don't even get a chance to get some rebounds. And we have to understand who we are. We have a lot of skill that's missing in our lineup. And we have acted accordingly defensively. I think we need to bring it into the offensive part of the game and just cause some havoc around the blue. And it allows us to forecheck off of that.
John, with Mateau coming up, with so many of these guys who have brought that hunger and energy you've referenced many times, how important is it for him at this time of year, when it's kind of dog day time of year, to bring that same kind of energy?
Well, if he doesn't, he'll go right back down.
Right.
But I don't think there's going to be any problem with his hunger, I'll tell you right now.
Is that an element that's been missing here for the last couple games? You still at that level that you want to be at?
No, I think our team has played hard.
I heard you say repeatedly during your hot stretch that adversity would come, and obviously has. For your captain, what's the role that he has during this kind of stretch, and how has he done with that?
Yeah. You know what? I am, like I said a few weeks ago, I am not going to pick out a captain or an alternate captain. It's not their responsibility. The reason why we have had success to give ourselves a chance to play important games when we're in the 60s now is because it's been a group. And so I am not going to single out people. It needs to be done as a group. And we weren't going to be playing 750, 800 hockey for the rest of the year. We knew sooner or later there's going to be some more adversity coming our way. We got to do the best we can to regain traction, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with one game. It's going to happen with the first 5 minutes of tonight's game. And maybe that gives us momentum into 15 minutes in the first period. That's how you gain traction. The key for our club here is we cannot lose our confidence, and we can't lose the belief in how we're playing. And I don't see for a second that we have a problem with that. And so we got to play our next game here and take it that way.
When you have a game like you did in New Jersey with 55 shots on goal, the puck is there all the time. As a coach, do you almost feel like that first period in Philly's coming, where you're going to get a little more picky about your shots and you're going to get away from the thing that was not working the previous game?
From the Jersey game?
You went from 55 shots there to almost 2 in the first period in Philly.
No, I just it was kind of a weird game. That certainly wasn't Philly's best game. They're going to be better tonight. We're going to have to be better tonight. I think the problem with our game, I felt against Philly, is we had chances. We had a 4-on-2. We got nothing done. We had 2 2-on-1s within 2 minutes. We got nothing done. In Jersey, in the first period, and you knew that was going to come back and bite us in Jersey when Blackwood stood on his head with 5 grade A chances after we're up 2-0. Jens has 2 rebound chances in the power play. Blackwood makes a great save. Those have got to go in for us. We have to finish the offensive play. According to our count, we're 14-10 in chances against Philly the other night in favor of us, but we had so many almost opportunities that we just have not been able to convert into an offensive chance. And then that's when you start trying to think too much. And I just don't think we can play that way. I think we have to do it in the proper order. We have got to forecheck. We've got to put pucks in the blue. We've got to cause shit around their net. And then maybe things happen off of that. And then maybe you loosen up on your stick because a couple of goals go in. It all works off of that. And we just have to have the proper mindset.
Because last game was so weird, I mean, the way it played out and everything, I mean, the puck hits Peak twice and goes in. Do you feel the need to talk to him and say, hey, that kind of stuff happens up here?
No. Shawsey will, but we're talking about other things that happen in the game and that he needs to correct. Not those. Those are tough plays. But there are other things that we're trying to correct. It's a young defenseman that's playing more than we ever expect him to play and being put in situations that we didn't think he was going to be doing this year. And he's learning on the go in the middle of trying to stay in a playoff race here and try to find our way. So we continue to coach him in what is the toughest position to play, defense, because there's so many reads that come into play. So he's handled himself well. But you can see as so many guys that have been brought in, it's dipped a little bit. It has dipped a little bit in players' play, and that's to be expected. Now we've just got to try to keep them going. But my biggest concern is Gus, Luke, Nick. Borky has scored. I think he has 11 goals in 8 games, and where Luke has 2 goals in 15 games in Montreal in 1 game. We need to get the guys that are supposed to be helping offensively chime in here, or the margin that we have each and every game. It's just it's tough to sustain. So we've got to get some production out of people that we need and we know can, and the other guys that have been brought up filter in. Healthy scratch.
Thank you.
Elvis, yes. Okay.